beautiful friends. So today I'm going to talk to you about why you should always dress your best and how if you change your look you can change your life. I know I've covered this in a video before. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, definitely watch it. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about because I'm a true believer, and from my personal experience I know that image or your appearance in general can make or break you. It can make such a huge impact on your life. So I'm just gonna go into an interesting story that happened to me recently that I really wanted to share with you guys. Me and my friend were just sitting in front of a computer and looking at some older pictures, and we were looking at some older pictures of both of us, and my friend looked at her older pictures and she said, I think I used to look so much hotter. I was just shocked when she said that because this girl is absolutely gorgeous. She's so beautiful. And I look at her and I say, I don't know what you're talking about. You're just as beautiful, if not more beautiful now. And she's like, no, I think I used to be so much hotter. And then she kept saying that. So the more pictures we looked at, she kept saying the same thing. I don't think I look as good as I used to. And I started to look at her old pictures and look at her recent pictures to analyze what has changed. And what I noticed is that she used to dress up a lot more. Like, she used to pay a lot more attention to what she was wearing. She would accessorize more. She would wear more makeup. She would do her hair. And now she just dresses up more casually, like a white t-shirt and jeans maybe. And like, she doesn't really wear a lot of makeup. She puts her hair up. So when I compared the two photos, it was clear to me what has happened is that she just doesn't put as much attention to her appearance. So I pointed it out to her and I said, listen, I know what's going on here. It's not that you're not hotter, you're just as hot, if not more hotter than you used to be. So what's happening here is you're not putting as much effort in your appearance. So then she looked at me and she said, you know what, Mimi, maybe you're right, but I don't really care. Like, who cares? This is too much work. I don't have the time. Why bother? I just don't understand. And I looked at her and I said, seriously? You don't have the time? What are you gonna do in this time that you would have dressed up and put more attention to your appearance? You're gonna go on Instagram and check out other people's beautiful outfits and you're gonna like them and gonna comment? We all do that. And I honestly couldn't believe, this is a really good friend of mine, so I couldn't believe she would say something like this. And this is kind of what inspired this video, because I feel like I make all these videos and sometimes of course I'll make outfit videos where there's different outfits, and of course I believe that they inspire the looks, but unless you understand why you should dress up every single day, I don't think most people will put the effort. So that's what I want to make this video about, and that's what I told my friend. I said, I know this is a lot of work and this is a lot of effort, but when you put effort, when you put work into something, it feels so great after. If it was easy, everyone would do it. When you actually put the effort and the work into your look, it makes you stand out from the crowd, and that's what makes all the difference in the world. Giving an excuse of I don't have the time, which everyone says, I don't have the time. Who has the time? Come on, we all have 24 hours in a day. We all have the same amount of time. Some people give another excuse, which is, oh, I have kids now, so I don't have the time. That's not an excuse either, because I have plenty of girlfriends who recently had babies, like they're like a few months old, and these girls look amazing. Their nails are done, their hair is done, their makeup is done. I don't know how they do it, but this is an example that if you really want to take care of yourself, if you really respect yourself, you will make that a priority. There's no such thing as I don't have the time. You just prioritize different things. You choose to go on Instagram for an hour and spend your hour looking through Instagram pictures, as opposed to using that hour to make yourself look better. To, you know, blow dry your hair, put on some makeup, think of an outfit and make it a little more exciting. And I'm not even talking about just shopping and the appearance in terms of clothes. Appearance and image is 50% grooming and then 50% your outfit. So when I talk about grooming is doing your hair, you know, blow drying your hair, or just for some of you who are lucky enough to have straight hair, you might not have to do anything. You just have to wash it often and it looks nice and fresh. Maybe doing a nice hairstyle, putting some makeup on, and I'm not talking about putting a lot of makeup on, just something to refresh. And maybe if you have dark circles, you can put a bit of concealer, you can curl your lashes, you can put a bit of a blush and a bronzer. For all of us, I think we need different kind of work. Some of us look naturally really beautiful, don't need as much. Some of us need a little more. So it doesn't matter where you're at, you kind of know what you need to put in. That's part of it. So doing your hair, doing your nails, so important, because when people look at you, that's definitely 50% of all the work is the grooming, and then the other 50% of course is dressing up. As you guys know, I used to be an image consultant, and learning about image and how it affects our mental state and how it affects our own perception of ourselves, but as well affects the other people's perception of us, I find that so fascinating and mind-blowing, because I look at it as a fun game. I honestly don't take it seriously. I know what I look like without all this makeup and without nice clothes, and it's fine. I love and accept myself the way I am. However, I realize that we live in this superficial world where people, whether they want it or not, subconsciously or consciously judge us on our appearance. Appearance talks. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about you to yourself, but it also says a lot about you to other people. Now, there's nothing wrong in not dressing up. If you choose not to dress up and just go the way you are in a natural state and just kind of roll out of bed, put on whatever you find and just go like that, nothing wrong with that. We'll all make some choices, but we have to keep in mind that every choice has a consequence. And if you make that choice, please be aware that you are being judged. And that's just the reality we live in. Whether it's right or wrong is not up to me or up to you. It's just being aware that this is the world we live in. So regardless of the job you do, you can't say, oh, I'm a yoga teacher and I don't need to care about my appearance. Or I'm a teacher at school and I don't need to care about my appearance. Because if you have a profession, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a salesperson, whether you're a hairdresser, your appearance says a lot about you professionally as well. If you look outdated, if you don't look up to date, people will assume that everything you do, whether you're, styling people's hair or whether you are a teacher at school, that everything you do is also outdated, just like the image you're portraying. That's what I'm trying to explain here. I want to share with you an interesting experiment that I did unintentionally years ago. So I had to go to a mall, to a drugstore to get something. And I walked to the mall because I used to live right by this Hillcrest Mall, which is in Canada when I used to live there. So I didn't really dress. I was at home that day, so I had no makeup on. Hair kind of rolled up in the bun, dressed up in like jeans and some parka jacket. So just walked out like that, walked to the shopping center. In order to get to the drugstore, I had to walk through the whole shopping center. So I just walked through the whole shopping center and then I went to the drugstore, got what I needed, which I think was, I don't know, nail polish or something like that. And then once I got it, I went back home. Then I had to go somewhere later that evening. So I glammed up a little bit, did my hair, just blow dried my hair, did some makeup, dressed up. And then I remembered that I forgot to get something at the drugstore. So I had to walk to the shopping mall again, walk through the whole mall and go to the drugstore. Now, the interesting part here is that the first time I wasn't dressed, no makeup, just in my messy, natural state. The second time I'm groomed, I have makeup on, I'm dressed up, wearing my heels, just a completely different person if you ask me, okay? So I'm walking and I noticed something because it literally happened maybe 2 hours apart, and because it happened so close apart, I felt like I was having a deja vu, but I obviously wasn't having a deja vu. I was just going a second time to the shopping mall. And as I was walking, I had this aha moment. I was like, wow. So I walked here 2 hours ago and my experience is completely different. Now let me tell you, first of all, when I was walking differently. The first time when I was walking, I was kind of hoping I don't see any of my friends because I'm like, I don't want to be seen right now with no makeup on in this messy state. The second time I was walking, I was like, hello there, I'm here. I hope I see somebody right now. And people looked at me, people smiled at me, people said hi. It was a completely different experience. I mean, it was just so strange because it was just literally a few moments of walking through the shopping mall. But as you walk, you get by so many people. The experience itself felt so different. And in that moment, it just kind of hit me. I knew that at the end of the day, all the clothes, the makeup, everything, is just a mask. It's just literally a costume we put on. But this costume makes a huge difference in the experience we have as we live our life. Now imagine if life is a movie and we're all actors and we're all wearing costumes. What costume do you usually wear? Do you wear a costume of an extra who is kind of like blurry in the background, like blending with the background? Or do you wear a costume of the main hero or the main character of the movie? I want you to ask yourself this question because you're living in your own movie, and if you dress up as an extra, guess what? You're gonna live a life of an extra as well. That's just the reality. Whether you want to live in denial or not, it's the truth. Please be aware that other people respect you in direct proportion of how much you respect yourself. And how much you respect yourself shows in your appearance. Again, it's not just as superficial as your clothes. Like I said, it's the grooming. It's also the food you eat, of course, because that's how you show respect to your body. It's also whether you exercise and whether you're physically active. Everything you do that creates this appearance shows the respect you have for yourself. If you want to increase the respect other people have for you, first you have to create more respect for yourself by taking care of your appearance, by eating healthier, by working out so you have a healthier body. And when you look sharp externally, you start thinking sharper internally. And this is not something that I've invented. This is something that's out there in the world. If you read psychology books, you'll learn about this. If you read image consulting books, you'll learn about it. This is the truth. This is just how our experience works. And like I said, whether you want it or not, your appearance talks talks to other people and it says a lot about you to other people without actually saying anything. The first impressions actually happen within 10 seconds. When we see somebody, we don't even think about it, but we make a mental judgment of this person within 10 seconds. It's like an instant. Whether you want it or not, your appearance says a lot about you to other people. For example, right now, if I was sitting here right now without any makeup, with my hair messy in its natural state, with my nails all cracked up and dirty, in some weird like ripped up shirt or like something that's not ironed, and I talk to you about the same topic, like the image and why you should always look your best, do you think you wouldn't have laughed looking at me and saying, girl, you need a makeover? But quite frankly, if I was in that state and I had that in my, slider picture, it had my picture with like no makeup on, messy hair, like not dressed up, and it said why you should always look your best or change your life, change your appearance, you probably would have never even clicked on my video. That is the truth. You click on the video because you like the image and then you want to know more. See, you judge, I judge, we're all judge, we're all in this together, and as long as you just become aware of it and you just not lying to yourself that this is just the world we live in and we just have to play by the rules. It's not serious, it's all games, it's all fun. I don't take it seriously and you shouldn't either. But realize that if you make it fun, if you make it a game, you will enjoy it. At the end of the day, I dress up, do my hair, do my makeup, everything, or I work out or eat healthy. I do it for myself. I don't really care about other people. I'm not doing this for others. I do it because this is my way of showing respect to myself. And if you want to take anything from this video, take that. Do it for yourself. Who cares about other people? But no, by doing this for yourself, it's gonna have a positive effect and you're gonna have more friends. People want to hang out with you because people want to hang out with people who look successful, who look clean and groomed, and who look inspiring and colorful. It's just the reality. So do it for yourself because you're gonna have a better experience. This life will be a better experience if you do it. And it just makes you feel better when you put a little bit more effort. Don't give me the excuse of no time or I don't have this, I don't have that. It's not about spending a lot of money on clothes. It's about taking care of what you have. So if you only have 5 outfits, wash them, keep them clean, keep them fresh, iron them so they look, pristine. If you don't have a lot of makeup, just make the best of what you have. Don't have money to go get blow dries at the salon, learn how to blow dry your hair at home. I never go to salons, I do my own hair. So just learn to make the best of what you have and then just do your best, look your best, and that's really gonna change your life. It's not gonna solve all your problems. I'm not telling you here, if you have some major issues in your life, image is gonna solve them. No, it won't solve them, but it's gonna make you feel better about yourself so then you are gonna find a way to solve them. Okay? So that's all I wanted to share with you. I remember that years ago when I started working from home, and I shared this in the other video as well, is that, I felt quite depressed working from home. I just stopped dressing up and just went downhill from there. And when I started dressing up again, it took me a year to realize what was happening, but when I realized it's because I was no longer dressing up and I made that shift and I started dressing up again, it just made a huge difference. I just wanted to go out more, I wanted to be out more with other people, and that just gave me more energy and just gave me more life. And that's kind of what I wanted to share with you. What you do with it now is totally up to you. Just be aware, you have no excuses now. Make the best of everything you have and, realize that if you change your look, you can truly change your life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it down below and also share it on your Facebook with your friends, because I think this message can really help and bring awareness to other people. And if we all take care of ourselves, we can all be happy as a world. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!